So for example, in this case, no? Okay, our employees, no? When we search for employees, no? And we type nothing, no? So this message is listed instead of having to print this whole table. Okay, so this is called the partial view. Okay. How did we do that? In our index.html, no, for employees. Let me look at my views, no, for index.html. So ito, okay. Departments pala ito, no. We want the one with employees, no. Ito yung index.html of employees. No, we remove the the part which displays the table. Okay, do you follow? So instead of that, we are making a link using await, no, to open the partial view with involving the same model. Okay, so we have transferred this to the partial view is usually started with an underscore, and this is the partial view. So if the model is empty, we can say we can issue the message employee found, no employee found. Otherwise, else, okay, we print the whole table. Okay, do you follow? Huh? Now, I have created based on the video which I have shown you. Who's in? Menrico, okay? Menrico, after this discussion, I will check your work. Neil Menrico, after this discussion, I will check your work now. No? Later now. Okay? So for example, nandito na si Menrico. Hinihintay natin. Okay? We'll just finish this, okay? Anyway, I'll post the code in Dagger. I have posted all the codes already, but I'm going to post an update. Last meeting I've mentioned you a certain combination which we can use, no? Which we can use for creating CRUDs. This is called using bootstrap modals, no? Katulad nito, when you create, it's like this. Look at that. There's a big difference, no? Okay, there's a big difference because uh, it's now a modal, and the get URL is not displayed on the URL line. Okay, so it's here, no? Na ano niya. Tinanggal ko muna yung delete, no? Because I'm going to create the delete later. Okay? So for example, if you are going to edit this, no? May konting problema lang dito. You have to do a little refresh, but I'm going to solve that, no? Maubusan ako ng oras ngayon. Okay? So it's now ano. So look at the edit. Okay? It's now in this model. Okay? This is a very good approach because this will not only give a better interface, but it will also protect na from your web page from injections. Kasi problema kasi pag lumabas yung ano dito, yung URL, pati yung ID, the ID of employees uh, will be displayed, and it will be subject to ano, okay? Okay. It will be subject to injections, no? Incursions and injections, okay? So anyway, this is a jQuery, no? Let me look at that, no? So before you do this, no? These are the things that you need to do. In your site.js, no? Ito, you are going to include these two codes, no? We are going to do this. We are going to indicate in our page, no? A body, okay, a loader body, and where it starts. You just have to copy this. You don't have to understand this, no? Ito lang kailangan understand. We are going to okay, during a pop-up, it's called the pop-up modal. During the pop-up modal, we are going to print the modal from an HTML. Okay, this is the the pop-up that is called, no, it passes a URL and a title. Okay, now it's going to get the body, the title, and will show the modal. Okay, so this is a JavaScript function, no? Look at that. JavaScript ito, no? $.ajax, no? This is a JavaScript. It will call an AJAX function that will print the modal. Okay, I'll show you where this is written. And then when a post is done, no, it during a post in a form, no, this function will be called passing a form. Okay, and all the data related to the form. So it will issue a post. Now you may ask, there are two post functions already. There's a post in Ajax and there's a post in your controller. This is called first. It's like doing a confirm, no? In the on click of a button. This is called first, no? Before the actual controller is called. Do you follow? So I'm going to post this in the no. I'm going to post this uh in our website, no? In our Dagler site, no? I did not implement the delete because I didn't like it, no? Ayoko yung delete niya kasi masyadong crude. Okay? So that's the thing that we need to do. I'm going to we will recreate this now using using our departments. Now, aside from that, in our main website, which is in layout.chtml, you're going to add this resources. Dito natin ilalagay yung modal. Okay, this is the modal part, okay? This is the bootstrap modal for add and edit CRUDs. You follow? Let me explain this. No? First, it has a modal form ID. It has an ID called form modal. Okay? And it has the following div classes. It has modal content, modal header, and modal title. Do you follow? If you look at your site, JS, no? So, dito rin ilalagay yung modal body and modal title. Do you follow? This is the AJAX, which is going to do a get and print the HTML file, the URL of this HTML. Okay? Do you follow? Do you follow? So ito yung i-call during uh, the the get, no? And then before it issues the actual get to your controller. Okay? Do you follow? No? So ito, so take note that in your layout HTML, you have the content, the title, and the header. Ito yung lalagyan niya. Okay? And then you have the modal body. Okay? Look at that. Ito yung modal body. Dito niya ilalagay. And then modal title. Okay? So it will fill this part with the modal body. Okay, ito. The modal title will be placed here. Okay? Do you follow? Do you follow? Okay. Now, I have created a different HTML for adding and editing. The actual author actually merged the add and edit in one. I decided I wanted to split this, but I found out that this is very useful, no? Because we'll only have one set of functions and one set of HTML, one set to edit. Okay, so ito lang naman ang binago doon sa sa form. This line. Okay, let me explain this. So in your form, in your form, you start the font format. Ito ang gagawin niyo sa form. Okay? Instead of just calling the ASP action, which is add or edit, and the parameter, we will do an on submit to call the jQuery Ajax post, and we'll pass this. Who is this? This form, which means that which means that all parameters involved in the form, like the last name, the first name, the middle name, will be passed along with the form. Where is it going to be passed? In this show in pop-up. Okay? I'm sorry. This is in the where's our controller? Uh, ito, ito. Okay. Ajax post this, no? On submit. So on submit, i-call niya yung Ajax on post this, which means it's going to call this, no? It will have the form, okay? The form data, which means in this example, the first name, the last name, and so on and so forth, no? And then it will display the form in the modal and the title. Okay? Now let me create from scratch, no? Let me create a new model from scratch, no? To illustrate this. Shall we call it what do we call this? We have departments, items. Items, no? Or inventory, no? Pwede na items na lang. Let's create a new model. Inventory na lang. Inventory kasi kung items, may item na word eh. Inventory items, okay? So we have this, and then we will copy some certain parts here para hindi tayo mahirapan. Okay? We just copy this from employees. Okay. So we will have ID, an item ID. We'll just remove this, the squigglies, by doing the necessary, and then the squigglies. Okay. This is not a description. This is a description, no? So shall we say display name item description. Description. Let's make this a unit of measure. Shall we say 10? Okay. Call this unit. Okay. Dali na natin to. So we have a simple table composed of two, para mabilis, no? Moralde is here. Okay. We'll save this. It's called inventory items. Now, in order to be able to migrate this, sino yung pumasok na bago? Si Moralde. Okay. So, in order to migrate this, we will include this in our DB context. Okay. Dito sa data, DB context, inventory models. Inventory items. Anong tawag natin doon? Let's go to that. Inventory items. Okay. Okay. Do you follow? So, we now have we'll just build, and then uh, we will migrate, no? So that we will have the table, other Windows package, console manager, add migration. 5 na tayo ngayon, no? Inventory items. Update. database. Okay, let's look at our database. Sinong dumating? Si Moralde. Okay. So nandito na sa this is uh, role demo tables. So we now have inventory items. No? Inventory items. No? So nandito na ID, item description, and unit of measure. Okay. Now let me create the controller. Okay. So we'll go to this place and then we'll say add controller. Okay. With views and using entity framework. Okay. Ito ang gagawin natin. Okay. We'll add. The model is inventory items. Ito na. Okay. We generate views. Inventory items controller, that's the name. And then we say add. Let me just add the let me just add the views right away, no? So nandito na yung views. Okay, right away when you have the views, you now have an inventory items views. We start with index. So what we're going to do is we add it in our uh, login partial, no? Para masali siya. Okay? So, lagyan naman natin dito. Okay? Now, the inventory items, the ASP controller is inventory items. Let's not decorate it any further, no? And the ASP action is index, inventory management. Okay? Okay? Let's run this. We'll create a new function, no? Actually, i-rename na lang natin, no? So it's that easy, no, actually. Meron na tayong inventory management. Okay? So we'll create. So we say what do we have? Laundry soap. Unit measure is per bar. O piece na lang, no? We create. So now we have no. We can edit this like this, no? And then we can create. We are going to change this such that we will have a new uh, a new screen. Okay? Do you follow? Let me close this. What I'm going to do is to copy, no, the thing I've done for employees, no. So let me just create, no, uh, a partial view for inventory items, no. So let me create add uh, view. Okay, add. This is a partial view. So let's name this as uh, what do we name this? This is view inventory items. All inventory items. Okay. The model is empty na lang muna. Empty na, sorry, no? Add view, will name this view as underscore, no? Because this is a partial view. View. Nagkamali ako ng press. We'll have no model. The template is just empty. This is a partial view. Okay. What's the name? That's it. View inventory items. Okay. We'd like to separate the list in the partial view. Okay. So, nandito. So, what I'm going to do is in the index, I'm going to copy this. And the layout is null. No? In a partial view, the layout should be null. Okay? Para hindi masali yung ano. I'm going to copy this. And then just remove this. The layout is null. Okay? Semicolon, because that's a C# code. Okay? And then I'm going to transfer my index. Okay? This one. I'm going to copy, I'm going to transfer this. In my table to my partial view. Okay? Ilalagay ko dito. Okay? So partial view. Now, in our index view, ito, what's this? This is department ito, no? Ito yung nawala na ngayon dito yung ano. We are going to embed, no? We are going to embed our ano. We'll just copy it from our index in our ano, in our employees. Okay? Kasi nandito naman ito yan, no? Just copy this and put it here. So we're just like actually trying to place the partial view somewhere. View inventory items. Now, where did I get this name? The name of this view. Okay, let me run this. Okay. So partial views, no? We have discussed it. Check if it works. We have to check it right away. So we have inventory management. Yes, it works, no? Nandito siya. Okay. But remember that this is no longer in this view because we have created it somewhere, no? So what we are going to do is to change our edit view. We will merge it into add or edit. Ito. Dali lang ha. Meron akong Lazada. Yes. Yes.
John Roy ni.
Yes, nana sa gawas.
Sir, kana namin sa entrance sa Villa Park by kapilang kanto inyo sir.
Pag na mo sa entrance, mo turn right mo first niya, mo turn left na pod.
Okay, sige sir, dawal na mi sir.
Okay, thank you. Dali lang ha. I'm sorry about that call. I am expecting something important. Okay. Excuse me for a while now. I have to attend to something. Dai. Dai. Anong Lazada, Dai? Okay. Sorry na. So, our view works. Now, what I'm going to do is to rename this as add or edit, no? Add or edit. Ito. Isahin lang natin yung add or edit. Okay? Do you follow? What I'm going to do is remove this because this is no longer edit. Okay? Ito lang naman din sila eh. Pareho lang sila. What I'm going to do is to transform this into a bootstrap modal. Okay? Do you follow? So, ito lang yung mangyari dito eh. Sa employees natin, itong add or edit. This is the only change that will happen, no? Okay? Okay? Ito lang naman ang gagawin. I-add natin ito doon. In fact, that's the only thing that must be done. Okay? Okay? Ito ang gagawin natin. Okay? So, ito, no? Okay? Yan lang ang idadagdag. Wala na siya. Okay? Add or edit. And then, the layout of this should be null. Kasi partial view ito eh. Dapat hindi na siya kasali sa layout. Okay? Do you follow? No? Let me check if you have the same add or edit here. Okay? No. Let me check if you have the same. Kasi kung ito, so pwede na. Pwede natin lagyan ng class, no? Saka na natin, i-decorate ito. btn, btn primary. Saka na natin lagyan ng, okay? Medyo maganda tingnan. The submit. Let me check. So instead of add or edit, this is now submit. The value is okay. Right away, it will call our Java function. Okay, our JavaScript, our jQuery. Iko-call niya ito. Okay, let's try this anyway, no? We'll change our now in our index.html. Okay, rather in our view, how will we call the function? Ito na yon, no? To call the function, add or edit, no? Kasi may edit tayo na di ba? We have an edit, so we'll call the function in this view. Okay, nandito kasi yung edit. We'll replace this edit button with this, no? Okay, let's remove this anyway, no? Okay, so i-call na natin ang show on pop-up. So the controller here is inventory. What's the name of the controller? You got that, no? The controller is in inventory items. Items, no? And the title is edit inventory item. Hindi lang natin muna i-save, no? Just like that, no? Let's run this. Okay. I hope it works, no? So you just have to edit those parts. Ilalagay ko naman yun sa okay? So yun doon lang sa pag-call, no? Okay, let's go to inventory item, inventory management. Let's call the edit. Hindi pa, no, we don't have a controller yet for add or edit. Okay? Do you follow? Kasi we are calling the action is, okay, add or edit. Ito. But we don't have this. But anyway, we'll just copy this from our employees controller. Okay? Dalawang add or edit lang. The thing about this is the add or edit has been, no, added to the has been merged into one. Okay? Let me copy this. Kaya lang naman natin ito. And then we'll go to our inventory items. At the bottom here. Okay. Okay, first we do we'll just remove. By the way, we'll have a helper, merong helper file which I'm going to show. Ito lang naman. Ito. Okay. Okay. So anyway, yun lang naman ang Then we'll go back to our controller. Add or edit. This is now this is no longer employees. This is inventory items. Okay. So inventory items. Inventory item. Okay. So this is now inventory item. Okay. Inventory items. Sige, rename natin. Yung model natin is inventory items. That's correct. Bakit ayaw niya? Inventory items. I think we should have this. No. Inventory item. Small letter. Okay. Okay. So ito yung add or edit. We're done with that. So ito naman, this is no longer, this is ID, item description. Let's look at our, we'll have to look at our, we'll have to look at our form, no? The form or our model, no? Pwede rin sa model or sa form. So anyway, in our, what's the inventory items? What do we have? Last name, rather, item description and unit of measure. Okay. So we'll go to the item description and unit of measure. Correct. We can also check our form because we have our form there. Dito sa the unit of measure, item description. Okay? Item unit, hindi capital yung O. Okay? Then we'll say inventory items. Say inventory. Small, no? Item. Small yung first letter. That's always we will add the inventory item. Ganito yan. How does it work? Now, if the ID that is passed is 0, that's an add. If the ID that is passed is not 0, that's a save, no? Okay, so ito yung mag-save. I'm going to post this piece of code, no? All these pieces of code. Items. Bakit hindi ito na, what's this? Let's look at our employees controller. Natin yung add or edit dun. Employee exists. Employees exist. So inventory items exist. Okay? Do you follow? Inventory items exist. Okay? Ganun. That's a predefined, ano? Not found. View inventory items. Our partial view is this, no? Items, context dot. Okay, ito na siya ngayon, no? And then, inventory item. Instead, we'll return add or edit inventory item. Okay? So, wala na tayong squiggly error. We have one more squiggly error. Wala. Let's try to build. So, meron tayong view, partial view, and then what we have, we don't have an error. Okay? Just run this, no? And then, we'll just run this, and then we'll have a break, and then after the break, we will have consultation, no? So, Menrico, stay around. Okay. So, ganito na. Maganda na siya, no? Pieces, submit. The only thing with this is you have to refresh. Okay? Hindi siya mag-refresh, no? So, yeah. We'll put a refresh like here. Meron tayong refresh eh. No? Pieces na siya, no? Pag-edit mo, pieces na. Do you follow? Now, let's do it on the create. Okay? On the create. So, pareho lang naman siya sa create. Right? But on the create, let's look at our view all emp. Okay? Pareho lang siya ng create. Kaya lang ang item ID natin is a null. Okay? Where do we find our create? In the index of inventory items. No? Inventory items, the index. Nandito yung create. Okay? So, papalitan natin ito. Show in pop-up. So, add or edit inventory item. Add an inventory item. Create day. Create pala ito. And then, we'll say add into new item. That's the title. Remember, no? So, dito sa ating view all, where's our, view all inventory. This one. Okay, add or edit inventory items. No? What's the title here? Edit inventory item. Let's run this. May error tayo. Where's that? The name item does not exist. This should be a null, no? Null ito dapat. Kasi this is an add. So para in the controller, no? If you look at the controller, ito ang i-call niya eh. If ID is equal to 0, that's a null also, no? So dyan sa magdagdag, it will add the inventory item. Okay. You follow? So konting ano lang, no? Changes lang. I hope you don't find it difficult. Login. I'd like you to put the search. Kasi ang maganda dito sa search, meron siyang refresh right away also, no? Inventory management. So, gumanda na. Bakit hindi nag-ano? Okay. Let's go to our index. No, this is not the index for, ano? This is the index for, look at the index here. So, inventory items. Okay. Okay, let me look at my index for employees. Kasi nandito siya eh. Kopyahin na lang natin ito. Okay. Okay. Ito yan eh. We'll go to our index for this will be, the controller is inventory items.